Watching today. I'm hoping to plow through the rest of the model analysis and implement the portfolio model. Before I get started, I'm going to go through everything that I did. So I'm starting a little bit late tonight because today was a long day of work. But like I say every day, I'm getting down to business and working on this model. So let me go over what I've done so far and what I'm going to do moving forward and what I'm going to do specifically on this stream. And so this is the outline for my model. I have two goals. The first goal is beat the S&P 500 by a significant margin in all regimes. So it should work in bear markets, bull markets, and sideways markets. No matter what the market does, I should be beating the S&P 500. And I guess another parameter for this is bear markets. I don't want to just beat the S&P 500. I want to still be making money in bear markets. The second model for this is, so I'm writing all of this in Python, and so I'm generalizing my code base so that it's kind of a general tool that anyone can use to create their own models. So this is the outline for the model. I have some data. I'm going to feed this into a stock universe. The stock universe is then going to be used to train the returns model. Once I have a successful returns model, I'm going to use that to train a portfolio model. And once I finish that stage, I'll start paper trading. Once I have a month of successful paper trading, I'm going to go live. So this is the first iteration of the model. Basically, I had data. I was starting out getting data from NASDAQ. Turned out to not be the best data source because I had to download a new CSV every day for every stock. That just wasn't going to happen. So I found a much better database. I put the link in the description. But I'm using this database, and this guy updates the database every single day. It's using Dolt, so it's really easy to pull it onto your computer and use it. I implemented a basic analysis. So this is just in black here. This is looking at fundamental data. And this white chart here is comparing different stocks in a sector. In this case, pharmaceuticals. So these are cool, but they're qualitative analysis. You can't really implement them or automate them at all. So then I built a light gradient boosting method. The best I was able to achieve was 51.5% directional accuracy, so picking up or down. I was able to implement a successful portfolio strategy. Hey, Sir Night Night. How are you doing? And yeah, so I found a portfolio strategy that worked. The number here is the number of stocks I'm picking. I'm sorting by the lowest volatility, and so if I'm picking the one lowest volatility stocks in my prediction each day, it performs really well. The problem with this is it was a really fragile model, so I needed to go through and iterate and try all sorts of different things, so I did that here. Before I could do that, I needed to restructure the code base. So I finished this at the end of January. I started the project at the beginning of this year. I finished reorganizing the code base at the end of February. I incorporated all of these features, and then I had to go through and find a model. Basically, where I'm at now is I got a really good model, which is working. It beats all the metrics that I'm looking at. And so now I need to robustly analyze this. So I tried incorporating all sorts of other features into the model, like fundamental data, sector data. Um, what do you mean? Can you do that at two live streams at once? You should live stream. I think there's no reason not to. It's yeah, you tune in. You're basically here the whole time anyway. Um, but really, for projects, for me at least, it really helps me get progress done because I feel like an idiot if I'm just surfing the web. But if I'm just doing it on my own, I'll just surf the web for, I'll work for an hour, then I get interested in something. I'm easily distracted. Uh, and so yeah, now I'm going through and testing it. These are kind of the final tests I'm doing. I was looking yesterday at the deflated and probabilistic Sharpe ratios, and these are useful, but I just realized today when I was thinking about this at work that these two Sharpe ratios. So I'm hitting my target for the probabilistic Sharpe ratio, but I'm not hitting it for the deflated Sharpe. And so at first yesterday I was concerned about this, but then I realized that you know, this is just a very simple model. Deflated Sharp is 0.86%. I got to check that to make sure something's not wrong with that, because that is unbelievably low. Uh, I just realized that actually, but these are really metrics I want to look at my the results of the portfolio model. So, you know, my portfolio strategy isn't going to be you know, short the bottom decile and long the top decile. It's going to be something more complicated than that. So I'm going to need to get the Sharp ratio on that and not this. And so these are the next things I'm going to be doing today. So perturb hyperparameters by 5 to 10%. So I could just incorporate that here in the model. So 5 to 10%. How does np.random work again? I forget. So let's pull up. I need a web page. Numpy random number between 1 and 10. 0.0 and 0.05 and 0.1. All right, so I can do this. So tune params, train model. So we're giving it a save name. We also want to give it a okay, so save name. Then we also want to pass randomize hyperparameters, which is a Boolean value, and it defaults to false because we don't want to be doing this all the time. Randomize hyperparameters. Save name string equals none. What's the error here? Oh, comma. Okay, and then we can say tune params. Okay, so then we could say if randomize hyperparameters is equal to true, randomize hyperparameters. Is it randomize? I mean, I'm not randomizing, am I? Oh, perturb hyperparameters. There we go. If perturb hyperparameters is true, perturb hyperparameters is true, perturb hyperparameters. Okay, so what do the parameters look like? So LGBM params. Yeah, so it's a dictionary. So we can perturb them, then we could say for param in. Okay, so we could say, first we'll say params is an empty dictionary, then we could say for param in self.bestparams.keys params of param is equal to np.random, and what did that look like again? .random range.uniform. Okay, I'll just do that. What am I used to? Yeah, that's what I'm used to. Range.uniform low np.rng. Oh, okay. So let's just copy that. I want to see how that looks in the code to make sure it's working right. So import numpy as np. Oh, exit, gotta activate the conda environment. Okay, then we could say import numpy as np, then paste that in. Range.uniform, and we could say low is equal to minus 0.1, high is equal to 0.1, 0.1. Good. Okay, so okay, we need to put that here. So then this is range.uniform, and we're going to say low is equal to minus 0.1, high is equal to 0.1. Okay. All right, so that's if we're randomizing. Else params is equal to self dot best params. And then here we can pass in, instead of this, we'll just pass in params. And then let's add a new model. So 14, same as, I guess I'll just do this in model 12 because you don't always want to be randomizing. So test model 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, okay, let me make sure this is saved. And then here we can say run, evaluate quantile spread, train model, yeah. And we could say save name, just change this to be none. Save name is none. And then we can say, put that down there, and we'll say, oh no, I'll actually leave that there and say perturb hyperparameters is equal to true. Okay, then I'll get the perturbation. This should go there. Okay, close that out. And then let's run it. So make sure model 12 is on. Real quick, what was the results I got? Oh yeah, so why did information coefficient go down? So I'm taking out the stochastic oscillator, forward log return, 5 days. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this. But I need to charge my phone. Come on. Yeah, so what changed? Universe data. Okay, so I'll comment out this, bring this guy back in. Okay, let me run this one more time. This is a big mystery. Why did the information coefficient get worse? Standard deviation got better. ICIR. Oh, I didn't document this. Okay. This is baffling. So before I did the purging, it was working. Oh, no purging. So that was copied from earlier. Okay, let me just run this one more time, see how it performs. These are the results. Yeah, so this is worse. Is it model 12? I don't know, let me run this again. Gotta trim my fingernails. Okay, so how did it do on the one before? I don't know if I'm gonna find it. Yeah. So let me go to feature engine. And I'm gonna take out all the print statements. And I wonder if there's any in model. Train model, generate targets and features. Okay, don't print this. And then when I split the data, don't print that. Okay, let's run it again. And I have to figure out why did it suddenly get worse. I'm pretty sure I'm using the same data split I've been using. But let me check that really quick. So here's the GitHub. This is the model, the general model anyone can use. Basically, you can create a universe of stocks define your universe, um, and then create some features, feed them into a model. And I'm doing that in under 100 lines of code. So you can go here, download it, uh, get it locally, follow the instructions for setting everything up, and try this yourself. It also helps me out if you star it, watch it, and follow me on GitHub. So it's printing out a whole bunch of errors. But at least I could find the previous model if this list of errors doesn't get too long. Yeah, so this is an issue. The model randomly got worse. Okay, so when did I change feature engine? Oh no, not feature engine. When did I change model? Oh, I guess it's in, so my changes from yesterday will be in here. Man, it's been a long day. Let's see, I'm at 18%, so I'm going to listen to some music. Hopefully this will get me going. If it doesn't, things might be hopeless. So we're at trial 35. Baby, 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 baby. And then I have to assess how this does. So how did this do? Price tags, I'll make a note where I'll feel some. Get that deal done. Okay, here are the results. Okay, so we're back to a really high mean rank IC. Even better than it was before. So I'll have to, yeah, so this, I don't know what I was doing. I'll have to keep running this to make sure it's working, but I think it's working. But no casket, oh no prison cell. Like I'm Miss Adele. live in hell. No more than one. Baby, 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 baby. No more than one. Baby, 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 baby. Subtle reminder is a key. Jeez. Spoiler alert, second act is tragic. Asking what happened. Alright, let me just run this again to make sure we're doing well. Let's take off these other tests. Holy Spirit Synagogue. So, run number, IC, standard deviation, ICIR daily, ICR annual, T statistic. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so run number, IC, ICIR, daily, all my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait, or they go to Georgia State where? Alright, so here IC was 0.0242. Standard deviation was 0.1144. ICIR 0.2113. ICIR annual 1.4999, I think that is. Hell yeah, hell yeah. 2.1915. Okay, so then when we generate features, alright, so let's add save. Is a bool, default to true. Then here we could say if save is equal to true. Import pickle. Hadify a conversation for feature in features pass. Then we also want to pass in model folder is equal to none. Model folder is equal to model folder. Okay. os.makedir. Fucking right. Fucking right. Alright. And we say, hell yeah. So we could say if type model folder is equal to type none, self.has folder is equal to false. And then we could say self otherwise make the folder. Used to cop in Harlem. Okay, then when we train the model, off-white Lexus, BK is from Texas. Okay, so if there's a folder for the model, we're gonna say save model as alright, here's the second run. And so okay, that looks a bit different. But the results here aren't too different. I mean, it's like similar order of magnitude. Yeah, I made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee King. Walking with my click though. Welcome to the melting pot. Corners where we sellin' rock. Africa Bambaataa shit. Home money hip hop. 0.0220. IC standard steep deviation 0.1238. ICIR. I'm paying Dwayne Wade 0.1780. ICIR annual 1.2636. T statistic 1.8464. So this is worse. Lights is blinding. Girls need blinders so they can step out of bounds quick. The tide lines is. Don't bite the apple, Eve. Caught up in the in crowd. Now you're in style. And in the winter gets cold. In vogue with your skin out. Data slash models. Came here from school, graduated to the high life. Ball players, rap stars, addicted to the limelight. Okay, and then when I'm training the model, save the model. So now I have the model folder. Okay. Let's look up pickle. New York, New York. Pickle.dump. Object file. Alright, so when we're passing in the features, let's save all of these. for C, feature in enumerate features with open 99 problems. Alright, so if save is true, import pickle, then we could say os dot make directory, and it's going to be self dot. Okay, so if save is true, but then we don't have anything, don't do anything. So we'll just say if inside of here, if self dot has folder, older brothers, one ho, one good, independent, older sister kept me flat, but I didn't see. Okay, so if we have the folder, we want to save it as self dot model folder. These emotions are poor. Alright, so first here we'll make the directory os.makedir, and we want to make should be dot dot slash. I can see the universe as a sacrifice. The moon will illuminate my room, and soon I'm consumed by my doom. Alright, so if we have the folder, make directory, self dot model. Oh yeah, let me stop this real quick. So this finished running. Those are the features. There's the decile analysis. Okay. I bring them to the life view. It's only right. Go and try some coke, and a happy ending. I'll be slitting his throat. Ignorance is bliss. Line 394. Oh. Get rid of that. So I'm just gonna leave that as is for now. Get to C30. Import pickle, then make directory self.model slash features. And then for each feature, we're gonna do self.model folder slash features slash c.pickle. So it'll just give a different number for each feature. Alright, so with that, then we want to save it. So pickle.dump. So with this guy, we're gonna say do this. So pickle.dump, we want to dump feature f. Yeah, okay, this will be good. Let's run this again, then we could check to make sure that's working right. So basically I'm doing this because when I want to do a portfolio strategy, you know, I don't, you know, to rapidly iterate to make things work well, I don't want to, you know, just have to remember what features I added. So I just want to save the features. The features are really small. So I could just save it, and then when I'm doing the portfolio strategy, I could read in the model and then read in the features all at once. All I have to pass is the model folder. Okay, so this guy works now. What else do we want to do? You want to save the features? Oh. So target, same thing. We'll do save. Bool is equal to true. I'll just put that at the top. This song sucks. Alright, so there's 6 viewers right now, so I'll take this chance again to say please subscribe. Please go to the GitHub. Please join the Discord. If you go to the GitHub, please star it, watch it, and follow me on GitHub. All that stuff helps me out. The link for all that stuff's in the description of the live stream. Else I found, you sigh, look away. So here we can say if save is true, we want to do this. And there's only ever going to be one target for this model at least. So you can drive all night. Target, and don't do this, we'll just say /target.pickle. If save is true, and also if self.has folder is equal to true. Do that, otherwise don't do anything. I followed you into the hall, cigarette, daydream. You were only 17, so sweet. Alright, so let's put these guys in. So we have 0.0229. Standard deviation is 0.1090. ICIR 0.21. Annual is 1.4912. T statistic is 2.1788. You could find a reason to change. Alright, so back to perturb hyperparameters. Defaults to false, so so it's that times param. Okay, so that's one thing I want to do. I'm not sure about that embargo thing. Inject noise into the data set. 1 to 3 basis points. The model should be robust to this noise. Looking for the answers. So train model. Let's add another function or Boolean for inject noise is also bool, and it also defaults to false. And then we have inject noise. Oh, so we want to add 5 to 10% perturbation. So it did that again. Long live the king. Oh, where was I doing that other save name? Oh, it's just here. Pillars of salt and pillars of sand. Okay, I'm gonna go get some nail clippers really quick because I have to trim my nails. They're too long. It's bugging me. Hey, boy. Hey, folks. Um, I can't think of anything. The Iran war. Yeah, but not now. Bitcoin's dropped again. Oh yeah, I did say that. I wouldn't touch it till the end of the year. Oh, ETF's fine. Actually, that's really your only way to buy Bitcoin unless you're just going to use cash. Holding the actual Bitcoin's usually better, but ETFs I would say are pretty stable. They have to report, and but there's bad ones and good ones. Um, you should see if you could buy IBIT because IBIT's really good. That might be good. I just don't know anything about it. I know IBIT basically has these advanced coding algorithms and they sell Bitcoin. Basically, it sells and buys Bitcoin in order to track the price. And it's really good. The difference between IBIT and Bitcoin changes is like at most under 1%. And then, yeah, and some of them like Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF was the first one, and that doesn't like track the Bitcoin price at all. Like I was looking at it years ago, and when Bitcoin goes up like crazy, it kind of stays flat. And I thought that's crazy to watch Bitcoin go up and think you own it, and then your value stays the same. But IBIT's really good. But like I said, I'm not going to buy it until I'm holding off until the beginning of October. Oh yeah, well if you look at the charts, it tracks it really well. But IBIT's only like $42 a share. Yeah, that's the ETF I bought the put on, and I bought it at a $42 strike price when it was like $51. Oh my gosh, it was really falling the last few days. Because I looked at it 2 days ago. But yeah, Bitcoin's now I think it's back under 70,000. And we've lost all the viewers. But that's okay. I gotta trim my nails. Be my mission, my sword and shield. I'm a missionary on a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter will call my name. I used to rule the world, but that was when I ruled the world. This is kind of boring, but I'm trimming my nails because when I'm typing on the computer, I'm hitting my nails and not the pads of my fingers, so it's really bugging me. Okay. And yeah, so this seems somewhat stable, but it's getting different results every time. Okay, so let's put this guy in. Get that out of there. So let's screenshot this, put it in. And now I'm going to do one more run. And then I'll, so I'm going to document, I'm going to finish trimming my nails first. Whoa, 7 viewers. Holy smokes. I looked down to trim my nails. I had 4 viewers, or 2 viewers. I looked up, I had 7 viewers. So please subscribe. Go to the GitHub, star it, watch it, follow me on GitHub, and join the Discord. The link for all that's in the description. Okay, let's document this. So IC 0.0211. Standard deviation. Oh no, that's, yeah, standard deviation is 0.1211. ICIR daily is 0.1746. Yearly is 1.2393. T-stat is 1.8108. All right, and then let's check to make sure that saving is working correctly. No, it's not. So model 12. Oh, because I put that somewhere else. So I create the model, and then here I'm going to say model folder is equal to /data/models. Is that the name of the, yeah, models/model 12. Oh yeah, so I don't want to do that there. It seemed, why is there like a gap here in the chat? I hope I'm not missing chats. Okay, so that's going through. What do I, so that should work. In the portfolio, I need the target, I need the features, and I need the model. Here I should also put the results. No, because that's the results on the test, so I could just look at that again when I'm testing it in the portfolio. Okay, so what do I want to do next? I've Written a function to perturb hyperparameters. Yeah, now I want to do the inject noise function. So evaluate test model, train model, inject noise is false, so okay, do that. So I'll call this perturbing hyperparameters. Okay, then that's the end of that section. And here we have injecting noise. Okay, and here's the final iteration of the 5 I'm doing to see how it does. And once again, so this seems pretty stable. We're beating the goal parameters every single time. Put that in there. And let's just do let's do one more. Then I could check to make sure the saving is working correctly. Okay, and here's the decile analysis for the most recent model. Let's run it one more time. What line is that? 395. We're gonna get the same error again, damn it. So I'm pretty sure I should be OS make dir overwrite if it exists. Exists underscore okay. Domon SB2 Diva. It's cold in here. Where is my sweatshirt? Domon SB2 Diva. Okay, so now I want to... Oh, I need to finish the logic for the modify hyperparameters. So low, numpy get a random minus or positive. So now the low here should be 0.05. Because I want to make sure it's modifying the parameters by enough, 5 to 10%, not just, 1% or less than 1%. Feature, maybe it's feature names. Feature keys. Okay. Damn it. But I'm only getting these, so... Let's put these into the PowerPoint really quick. Real quick, let me get the target key. Okay, then when I'm saving it, do one more time to make sure it works. All right, so IC is 0.0232, 0.1183, 0.1961, 1.3925, 2.0347. Here we have 0.0232, so same IC, 0.1122, 0.2069, 1.4690, 2.1465. Okay, so let's go back to injecting the noise. So we have the feature keys and then the target key. Okay, so the conclusion of test 1 is that, which one's performing well? So, probabilistic sharp, Okay, so I don't need to worry about this right now because that's going to be something for the portfolio. I've written the code to perturb hyperparameters, inject noise. Okay, here's the output of this iteration. Okay, let's check how the model saving works. So we have model, we have target, and we have all of the features. 103 features. But that's all good. This is tiny. Alright, so how big is this? $545 kilobytes. What? So why is 142,000 bytes 545 kilobytes on the disk? Alright, so we can conclude this is reasonably stable with some variance. Alright, perturb hyperparameters by 5 to 10%. Alright, so I'll just say pass here. So then when I'm doing this, model.train model, we're going to say perturb hyperparameters is equal to true. And let's run this again. What does it mean to embargo the data between my test slash validation, train slash validation, test data sets? Oh. Alright, so injecting noise for each feature key generate some noise. So what is that BPS3? I guess I could say dot values. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference. Okay, then. Oh, multiplicative noise. Oh yeah, times. Yeah, so self.data.featureKey is self.data.featureKey times noise. Okay, let's make some more noise for the target. Okay, so this is injecting noise. Okay, so I wrote a function for that. I need to figure out what about the embargoing. Evaluate model on different regimes. That'll take a little time, not too long. Account for open slippage. Alright, so I'm going to start by using the close price. Test model. Calculate robust IC metrics. So predicted return, group of predicted return. Oh, but that's applied there. Self.testdf.group by date. Apply get daily IC. Okay, so that's IC, but I wanna... I guess I could incorporate that into the portfolio class as well, right? Um, okay, that'll be for the portfolio class. So finally I have to figure out this embargo. Oh, shoot. Oh, duh. Times self dot best params of param. Gotta make sure that's saved actually. The hell? LA time. My wife said, I can't tell you jokes to nobody, and at this rate, we gon' both die broke. People trying to say I'm going crazy on Twitter. Alright, so let's start making the portfolio model. Let me add the changes to GitHub really quick. Only when not pretending. I'm not out of control. I'm just not in a control. Okay, I should also add into here when I'm saving it. Looking at the church and the night sky, and around where God's gonna say hi. I'm awakening the spirits of millions more to come. Okay, so if we have the folder, we want to save the dates. So checking Instagram comments to core first my self-esteem. Alright, so training cutoff, validation cutoff. Alright, so it's still performing well with noise in the hyperparameters, but this is telling me I wrote that wrong. But she copped him at all, though. Modern day MJ with a off the wall flow. Oh. So modify optimized hyperparameters by 5 to 10%. All right, so I'll put the result in and write the rest of the stuff in a second. First, I'm going to add noise to features and targets. And I'm going to hold off on that for now too. Please face me when I speak. Hi, buddy. Come on. You want to hop up? Arr. Sorry, I've been on the road and you were alone. I guess I'll just try this. Sorry for the times I disrespect. Sorry for the wrong things that I've done for your sons. Alright, so let's take that off now. And we'll say inject noise is equal to true. Okay, and then let me exit out of the results. So here's the decile plot. Even though you might not show, if I can't apologize for being wrong. Inject noise is true. Make sure this is saved. Make sure this is saved. And let's run it. So now it's going to run with the noise injection to the features. If results are bad, model is weak, fragile, and has only been lucky to find a. I understand that there's some problems, and I'm not too blind to know. Okay, so let's just say here pass. So we have to do completed and applies to portfolio strat instead. Alright, so evaluating on different regimes I want to do in the portfolio strategy. Okay, so if it passes this, I'm going to be confident in the model, and then I'm going to go ahead to the portfolio strategy. Is all I know. Okay, so let's make a file. Oh, let's add the changes to GitHub really quick. Now is the time. Okay, here's the model results. When I inject noise, so 0.02, standard deviation is 11%, ICIR 1.914. Here's the features for that. Okay, so it passed. 3 applies to portfolio. 4 passed. 5 applies to portfolio. 6 applies to portfolio. Okay. Don't be so down. Come on, young homie. You'll be okay. You'll find real love. Okay, so it passed those 2 tests, and I can go ahead and build the portfolio. So I don't want to inject noise on the real model that I use. Oh, let's look at the data embargo, because that's not true, so that should still be yellow. So I forgot one more test, but I could still go ahead and start building the portfolio class. Buddy, are you whining? You're a good boy. Alright, so let's do class portfolio. Okay, so we want to open everything in the model. So, I want to give it, hey buddy, model folder is equal to model folder. What? I know you want to go out. We will in a little bit, okay? Sex change, and I smoke till I get chest pains. Ain't you know I rep my gang like Jesse James? Alright, so now we want to add a function. Get model. Self. So pass. See LGBM, open a saved model. Okay, and let's go back here. He ain't got the fucking beat, jumping like a jumping jack. And you know me, I get on this bitch and have a heart attack. Hip hop, I'm the heart of that. Homie, nothing short of that. President Carter, young money Democrat. And tell me how you love it. You know you at the top and all they have is right above it. We on. It's young money, motherfucker. So since I have 6 viewers right now, I'll take this opportunity to say once again, please subscribe, please like the live stream. Please go to the GitHub, which is in the description. It helps me out a lot if you star the GitHub repository, if you watch the repository, and if you follow me on GitHub. That helps me raise my coding profile for jobs and freelance gigs. And finally, join the Discord, which all that stuff's in the description. Hey man, this sounds really cool. How long have you been working on it? Since the beginning of the year. Let me show you real quick. This will be a nice little break for me. So I started at the beginning of the year, really December 29th of last year. This is where I was at the first of the year. The problem was I had a really fragile model. I needed to find a better model before I could do that. So this was January. Before I could make a better model, I needed to update the code base. This took all of February. Now we're in March. I've got a really good model. I'm basically wrapping up testing it right now. I need to add one final thing, which is the data embargo. And then I'll be done with robustly testing the model for robustness. And then I need to incorporate a portfolio strategy based on this model. So this model's working really well on every metric you can see here. And so now I need to make a portfolio model which will execute trades based on this model. I'm going to feed the portfolio model the output of the model, and then also macro features like the volatility index and interest rates, and the S&P 500. So, and then I'm going to use a differential evolution algorithm to optimize the returns the model gets based on those. Okay, so now I'm adding the data embargo. Every day I spend my time. So train DF, so I want to overwrite where I'm getting this stuff. So let me go back to the model, make sure that I'm not doing the tests I was doing before. Train model, good. And let me make sure I've saved this. The data embargo. Okay, now we'll put here. Does data embargo affect? Damn, dude, that's sick. You're going to run paper trades. Yeah, well, I've tested a lot. I've only tested the model, though. So I've tested the model. This is basically the last test that's running right now is embargo the data. And yeah, I've done a lot of tests. I found this model. I got the model to work really well last Thursday. So basically for a week, I've been testing it to make sure it works well and seeing if there's anything I could do. So this is the working model, and this is all just tests. So I've finished the tests. I'll have finished the test, assuming it still works with the data embargo. It's just now basically into building a portfolio strategy. And then once I have the portfolio strategy, the next step is paper trading, yeah. So subscribe, and you could follow along. Once I get to paper trading, I'll be posting live streams of that every morning. Here's my here I'm running the model, and here are the picks, and here's the update from the previous day. Boy, I'm about my business on business. Okay, does data embargo affect model 12? So first, let's put model 12 without the embargo. Let me get to first base on some ground ball shit. I'll pick the best one. So which has the highest IC? 0.0211, 0.0209, 229, 220. Yeah, this is the best result. I said fuck trying and not doing, because not doing is something that not doing. Got my sub. Hey, thank you. What's your win-loss ratio realistic target? I don't. My only target is to beat the S&P 500 by a significant margin in all regimes, with the caveat that in a bear regime or a recession, it should still be giving positive returns. So, when the market's in a bull market, I want to beat the S&P by a significant margin. In a bear market, I want to get positive returns. That's basically my goals. And my other goal is to build a diverse code base that anyone can use. So I've isolated. I have the data. Basically, if you go to the GitHub, you can get the code. When there's instructions on there to get the data set, basically you have to run some scripts and do a couple of commands. I'm gonna in the future I'm gonna put it all into a single script, but it's not the cleanest right now. You have to run like 4 or 5 commands, just copy and paste in there, and then run a couple of scripts. Thanks. And yeah, so that's my first goal. And then the second goal is to make a code that anyone can use. So all you have to do is install run a few lines, run a few scripts, and then you have the data set up, and then you can create your universe for the training the model. You can create the model, and you can test the model with all these robust metrics in under 100 lines of code. And even if you don't know how to code, you could use a chat model to help you. All right, so best model without embargo. All right, so let's go to the portfolio class. So here, all right, so here's the moment of truth. Those are the features. Here's the decile analysis. Looks really good. And let's see how the metrics are. Whoa. Information coefficient is better with the data embargo. Huh. All right, so data embargo improved the information coefficient. The other things are still hitting the metrics I want. I don't know if it's improved. Let's see. So standard deviation's worse. Information coefficient to information is slightly better. Daily, yearly, it's slightly better. T statistic is just barely worse, but basically the same. All right, so once again, test passed. Don't get involved. No more designer shit. All right, now I've finished that. Okay, so now I finished all the model tests. I'm really thanks, Sir Night Night. Yeah, what a good result. I assume you're commenting about the last result. I added the embargo and then it did even better. Even better, this is from when I ran the model 7 times. So I picked the best result out of 7, and with the embargo, all that did was improve things. So thanks for watching. That's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow I'm very confident in this model. It's time to implement this into a portfolio strategy. I have to write the class for the portfolio. So that's going to take a little bit of time, but really I think I should finish that tomorrow. And then, whatever I'm not done with, I'll go through testing the portfolio, fixing it, tuning things up over the weekend. And then I'll be ready to start paper trading Monday morning. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, go to the GitHub, start the GitHub, watch the GitHub, follow me on GitHub, and join the Discord. All that stuff helps me out. Subscribing helps me out, obviously. The GitHub stuff helps me raise my coding profile, helps me get jobs and freelance gigs. And then if you go to the Discord, I just want to talk about interesting stuff in there. So that's it for tonight. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for watching. Adios. You see what, Sir Night Night? Oh, what was the DSR? I don't know what DSR means. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, the deflated sharp. Yeah. So the deflated sharp is really bad. I don't know what the deal is here because the probabilistic sharp is really good. Deflated sharp is under 1% every time. But I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna look more into that. But for now, I'm gonna leave that off until I get to the portfolio strategy. Taking this to predictive markets, like Kalshi. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, I would apply this to any market, but I don't know. The prediction markets, really, I think God likes the stock market. And if you're not investing in, unethical stocks, I think God likes it. Um, God likes you finding value in things. And really, if everyone's participating and doing a good job in the stock market, then you're just closing the arbitrage. You're giving money to good companies and taking money from bad companies. God likes efficiency. So anyway, that's it. Blah blah blah. Have a good rest of your night. Adios. Oh, well, yeah. So like I said, I have to fix the deflated sharp, um, and figure out what the hell I'm looking at. So, um, anyway, I just asked the AI to write that, and it wrote it, spit it out, and I said, "Good, nice, thank you." I haven't looked into it at all. So when I get to the portfolio testing stage over the next 3 days, I'm going to look into that and figure out how the hell do I assess it. Anyway, finally, that is officially the end of tonight's stream. Um, Fine-tune iterations to your model. That's good to know. But yeah. Now I'm going to go walk my dog and go to bed. So I'm going to say penalizes for fine tune. Thanks again, Sir Night Night. You've been a huge help, as always. Okay, this is the official goodbye. Have a good rest of your night. Adios.